43-116. The coordinates that Andy Avalos wrote on the board during a meeting earlier this season. Coordinates that would keep this group centered and focused on their goal this season, hosting the Mountain West Championship here at Albertson Stadium, 43-116.
We just expect to play here in championship every year.
Every single day we build off of that and just remind ourselves like this is where we want to be, this is where we want to, take the field and set the tone.
We've had to be really resilient this year in a lot of different times, and it's things like those that will allow us to pull ourselves back in and remind ourselves of what we committed to.
After a loss at UTEP and a 2-2 record heading into Week 5, the Broncos were in need of a boost.
Boise State's got some issues to iron out, and they better hurry up. San Diego State and Fresno State coming to Boise on the next 2 weekends.
They found that lift and more in redshirt freshman quarterback Talon Green.
Go, Talon, go! 91 yards for Talon Green!
I practice with him every day, even before he was, Talon Green on the blue. We seen flashes and we seen some greatness from him. So it's just exciting to see it on the blue and in front of all the fans. And he worked so hard. So I'm just proud of him.
Even on the sideline in the game, you can see him dancing a little bit. Just brings a different kind of energy that we all love.
Energy is what this team needed, and Green brought it at the right time.
Really, the energy started on the practice field when he first got his opportunity months ago to jump in there and lead, obviously our offense with the first team on a consistent basis. And you can see and feel the energy that week at practice. And then it carried over into the games and carried over into, Albertson Stadium.
Green with his 9th touchdown pass of the year.
Since taking over as play caller, Green is 7-1 as a starter. His 8 rushing touchdowns and 437 rushing yards are the most by a Boise State quarterback since 2014.
And that is a masterful run by Talon Green.
He's definitely a dual threat quarterback that helps us as running backs, because he's also able to pull the ball and read defenses, and it's really exciting to see him run out there because when he's out on the open field, he cuts it loose.
Talon's first game, we were more one-dimensional, and then as the weeks kept going, no one really had an answer for our offense, and no one still does. So he's getting better as a passer, and we all know who he is as a runner. And those 2 backs we have in the backfield, it's going to be hard to stop any week for any team.
Led by veteran running back George Halani, the Broncos' run game has gained momentum all season long. They're 7-0 this year when rushing for 140 yards or more and have reached the 200-yard mark in 6 of its last 8 games.
When you add a number into the run game like Talon's, and now it spreads out defenses a little bit more. George, Ashton, our other ball carriers have become extremely productive.
This is definitely like one of those years, as an offense that we've been able to run the ball successfully and do it consistently throughout the year. So I think that this year's team is really special.
They've come together in every aspect of their game on the field, but it's the culture and brotherhood that has led the Broncos to this opportunity on Saturday.
It's different. It's nothing I've experienced, especially just the camaraderie in the huddle. It's just different. Like everybody's just pumping each other up, high-fiving everybody. We're like, yeah, let's get it. And when the offense is on the field, the defense is right there on the sideline watching us. And when the defense is on the field, the offense is right there watching and encouraging. So it's special.
Earlier this week, Talon Green was named Mountain West Freshman of the Year. He's the 3rd Bronco to earn this honor, joining George Halani and Brett Rippon. In Boise with the Broncos, I'm Bridget Howard. Now let's head on out to Fresno, California and check in with Jesse Kurtz.
All right, thank you very much, Bridget. There's no question the Fresno State defense will have its hands full with the Boise State offense, specifically the run game. Back on October 8th, the Bulldogs gave up a season-high 316 yards on the ground. But that's been a rallying cry all week here in Fresno, and now they have a score to settle.
Dogs bring the blitz. Cordero chase. Cordero sack.
The Bulldogs D is peaking at the perfect time.
It's like you're having fun. It's not just like, It's not just everybody just going out there focused on, oh, don't mess up this, that, and the third. We all trust each other to do what we're supposed to do, trust each other to do our job, and then we just go out there and have fun with it. You know, play the best, the strongest football, defensive football in the Mountain West. That's the goal for us.
That was a missile named Maurice Norris.
Fresno State is just days removed from pitching its first shutout of the season.
Just knowing how to execute at a really high level, and those guys have done it all season long. And you compare that with just a killer mentality all those guys have. They bring to the game. So physical every time we're on the field. It's breeding some great results.
And that's a pitch. That's a pitch.
And you could tell everybody's brought in with communication and just strength-wise, everybody, just even like with position-wise, just our subs are doing like their job because everybody knows what they're supposed to do.
David Perales has anchored the Fresno State defense all season.
Sacked inside the 5 by David Perales again.
The all-conference defensive lineman leads the Mountain West and ranks 5th in the FBS in sacks.
So much fun. I told myself this last year, instead of just worrying about the stats and stuff, just go out there and have fun, embrace the game. I love this game so much, so I just made that a point of emphasis, just go out there and have fun.
Sack, the ball comes out!
He makes a great impact just because of his motor. I mean, everybody feeds off his energy, he plays hard every single down. Whether it be in the run game or whether it be rushing the passer, his motor is unbelievable. And, so people feed off of guys like that. His energy and his toughness and the way he plays, I think that sets a tone for our whole defense.
And this Saturday, setting the tone at the line of scrimmage may be the biggest key to a Bulldog victory.
We got to be able to stop the run first, and that's most important. And then I think our team always plays hard and run into the ball, but being able to tackle in the open field is critical for us, and not committing penalties. That's been a big thing. Is we haven't been penalized all that much, and we need to continue to do that. You can't give teams, especially a team like Boise, you can't give them anything, and but playing physical up front and being able to tackle, I think, are the two biggest keys.
A goal line stand.
And starting with their quarterback, he's a dual threat guy, can beat you with his legs. He's been doing it all year long. You see highlights, it seems like every week, of him going 80, for a touchdown around the defense. So that definitely stretches your defense out. And that, along with the rushing attack that they have with their two backs, just physical guys. And I think we're going to come out and shock a few people, just with as hard as we're going to play every time we're on the field, and just we're going to bring some stuff that I feel like they haven't seen before, and we're ready for that challenge.
The Bulldogs swarm around them and sack them at the 20-yard line.
Well, how different is the Fresno State defense than it was a couple of months ago when it gave up 40 points against the Broncos back on October 8th? The Bulldogs have surrendered on average under 15 points per game over the last 7 contests. In Fresno, California, with the Bulldogs, I'm Jesse Kurtz for the Mountain West Network.